Hi, thank you for joining me. I'm going to talk a little bit about Daniel chapter 2 and verse 30. I'm going to read from the CEV version. It says, "However, you must realize that these mysteries weren't explained to me because I am smarter than everyone else. Instead, it was done so that you would understand what you have seen." Now, to give you a little background, the king in this passage wanted someone to tell what his dream was and to give the interpretation. And Daniel was about to do just that. But Daniel prefaced his interpretation by saying, "Look, I don't want you to think I'm all that. I'm not here trying to act like I'm better than everybody. That is not the case." And if we would realize, like Daniel did, or if we would acknowledge, like Daniel did, that, all glory goes to God and that we're not all that, I think God could use us more. And I'm not diminishing us because we're fearfully and we're wonderfully made, but we're not anything in our flesh. We're only who we are because of the God in us. And that's, I believe, what Daniel was acknowledging. It's like, don't look at me like I'm somebody great. This is just God working through me. And God will work through all of us if we could keep that attitude like Daniel. If we could realize that, I'm nobody special. I'm just made out of dust just like everybody else in the world. And if we would continue to give God glory, then he could bless us to do great things. He could give us revelations and interpretations and miracles and do amazing things through us if we would continue to give him glory instead of trying to take the glory to ourselves. I fear that many of us are in danger, like the Apostle Paul, how he said, you know what? He said, God had to give me a thorn in my flesh because I was on the verge, or I could have been exalted in pride because God gave me so many revelations. He gave me so many deep things that he had to allow me this affliction so that I would stay humble. And so you and we need to realize that we have to be humble no matter how much God uses us, no matter how many gifts, how the gifts flow through us, or how many amazing things he accomplishes. We need to remember that we are just flesh, and flesh is grass, and all the glory goes to God. And we're not better than the next person. And I believe if we can have that kind of mind, then God can use us to do great things. Now, the other thing that I want to mention in this passage is that Daniel didn't use the gift for himself per se. He said, God is going to give this interpretation because you need it. And that was my topic. Gifts are for giving. If you look in Corinthians chapter 12, it talks about the gifts of the Spirit. And it says that the gifts are given to profit with all. In other words, when you have a gift, it's not for you. It's not so your name can be big and famous. It is for the benefit of the body. And I don't believe just spiritual gifts, even though, of course, spiritual gifts are for the body, but whatever talents, whatever abilities, whatever resources. I mean, if you can draw, if you can sing, if you're beautiful, if you got money, whatever you have that can be an asset to people, a particular type of training you have, use it to the benefit of other people. God doesn't bless us with things to be selfish, to just use it all on ourselves. It's to bless other people. And when we use things to bless other people, then God can continue to bless us and do great things. Now, Daniel made it clear that it wasn't about him. But let me tell you something. As a result, not only did he help the king, not only did he give a word from God to the king so that the king could understand what was going on, but do you know that he saved all the wise men in the land? So that even though we use our gifts to help other people, ultimately, I believe the good will come back to us in the end. So in closing, I just want to say, use your gifts and give them to others. Give them, bless other people with your gifts. God bless you.